the unimaginable power of your subconscious mind, and why AI is forcing us to rethink human consciousness. Number 1. The silent supercomputer inside you. Have you ever driven for miles and suddenly realized you remember almost nothing about the road? Or walked into a room without knowing why? Or found the exact words to say in a moment of crisis without planning them? That's not your conscious mind at work. That's your subconscious, the invisible operator behind your thoughts, actions, and decisions. According to leading neuroscientists, your conscious mind accounts for only about 5% of your cognitive activity. The other 95% is handled by a system you barely interact with, the silent, persistent, adaptive force within you. The subconscious isn't just a storage space for memories or habits. It's a living operating system that filters reality, drives your emotional life, determines your reactions, and even controls your health. If your conscious mind is the captain giving orders, your subconscious is the entire crew, ship, and ocean, quietly making sure you stay afloat. But here's the big question. If most of your life is being lived beneath your awareness, then who or what is truly steering your life? Number 2. Beyond psychology. The neuroscience of the subconscious. The idea of a subconscious mind isn't new. Sigmund Freud first introduced it to explain the hidden forces behind dreams and behavior. But today, science has caught up, and it turns out the subconscious isn't just a psychological metaphor, it's neurological fact. Researchers have identified regions of the brain that become highly active when you are not paying conscious attention. This includes the default mode network, DMN, a system associated with internal dialogue, the voice in your head, reflection on the self, accessing memories, planning for the future, daydreaming and imagination. These are not trivial processes. They are fundamental to how we construct our sense of identity. The shocking truth is, we are most ourselves when we're not trying to be. Consider this. Some of your most creative thoughts, business ideas, life insights, sudden clarity, came not when you forced them, but when you let go, in the shower, before sleep, during a walk. That's the subconscious speaking. It's working even when you're not. Number 3. Predictive brain. You don't see the world, you see what you expect. Here's something most people don't realize. Your brain doesn't just process reality, it predicts it. According to predictive coding theory, your brain is constantly generating models of what it thinks should happen next, based on past experiences stored in your subconscious. It then compares those predictions to incoming sensory data. If something doesn't match, it either updates the model or ignores the mismatch entirely. What does this mean for your life? Life van per the hal wife. While you some action here stekken og hul them. Why you has berken hier, you has er juit heeps and hinkol, you see pol, your 40 dal de meli dendov de mef. In other words, your subconscious is not just shaping your reaction to the world, it's shaping the world you perceive. This is why people with the same childhood can grow into entirely different adults. They absorb different patterns, interpreted different meanings, and built different realities, all subconsciously. Number 4. Emotional imprints, trauma, and the inheritance of the mind. The subconscious isn't just logical, it's emotional. It remembers what you felt more than what actually happened. When something painful occurs and you're too young, scared, or overwhelmed to process it, your subconscious stores the emotion, often without language, buried deep in the body. That's why certain smells, songs, or faces can trigger intense reactions, even if you can't remember why. The subconscious holds these memories in implicit form. They're not in your story, but they're in your system. Even more astounding, research in epigenetics now suggests that emotional trauma can be passed down genetically. Yes, you read that right. Experiments on mice showed that those conditioned to fear a certain smell passed that fear on to their offspring, who had never encountered the trauma directly. This means you might be carrying emotional blueprints from your parents, grandparents, even generations beyond, without ever being told their stories. So when we talk about knowing yourself, we're not just talking about understanding your thoughts, we're talking about uncovering entire emotional legacies buried in your subconscious. Number 5. Rewiring the mind. Can we program a new subconscious? Thankfully, the subconscious is not set in stone. It can be reprogrammed, but not through force, logic, or willpower. The key lies in a discovery called neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to change itself based on repetition and experience. The subconscious learns through repetition, especially emotional repetition, imagery and metaphor, more than logic, state of receptivity, like deep relaxation or hypnosis. This is why affirmations work better when felt, not just repeated. Why visualization affects athletic performance as much as physical practice. Why people experience transformation in deep meditation, breath work, or trauma healing, because these methods bypass the rational mind and speak directly to the subconscious. Even emerging tools like neurofeedback, EMDR, and AI-assisted mental training are helping people break lifelong patterns by targeting subconscious structures. The subconscious is like fertile soil. It doesn't care what you plant. It will grow whatever seeds, thoughts, emotions, beliefs you consistently sow. Number 6. AI, the mirror that forces us to ask deeper questions. As we dive deeper into our own subconscious, something extraordinary is happening outside us. Artificial intelligence is evolving fast. AI systems today learn by mimicking the brain's structure. They use neural networks to detect patterns, adjust responses, and optimize outcomes, just like we do. AI doesn't think in the human sense, but it learns, stores experiences, and adapts. Sound familiar? But now, the world is asking, can AI become conscious? Will machines one day possess a subconscious, a sense of self? Is intelligence enough to create awareness? These questions aren't just technological, they're deeply philosophical, and they bounce back at us with uncomfortable force. If we are trying to create artificial minds, have we truly understood our own? What if our quest to build AI is really a mirror, reflecting our deepest unanswered questions about what it means to think, to feel, and to be? Number 7. The inner frontier. Superintelligence may begin within. We often think the future lies in machines, algorithms, and synthetic intelligence. But what if the most powerful intelligence still lies within the human mind, waiting to be awakened? Your subconscious is not your enemy. It's your untapped genius. It holds the beliefs that shape your health, the patterns that determine your relationships, the creativity that can change your life, the resilience you don't know you have. And while the world races toward external superintelligence, perhaps the most revolutionary act is to turn inward. Because when you begin to understand, and then align with the invisible forces inside you, you stop living reactively and start living consciously. You're no longer a victim of old programming. You become the programmer. And that perhaps is the true future of intelligence, not machines thinking like humans, but humans finally understanding the mind they've always had. Final reflection. You are not just your thoughts. You are not just your body. You are the patterns, the perceptions, the possibilities, encoded deep within a mind you've barely begun to explore. The subconscious is not a shadow. It is your inner light, hidden but waiting. Will you look inward, or will you let machines do it first?